Hello, students, and welcome to another episode of Jay's Learning School. In today's episode, I am so excited because I am going to teach you about phrasal verbs for your health, specifically sickness. So I'm excited. I hope you're ready to have a good time. I have my sound effects. So we're going to be having a great time on today's class session. I have the opportunity to help you to understand and speak better English. Now, as always, you want to make sure that you're paying attention because throughout today's lesson, I will have quiz questions to see if you're paying attention.
Say what?
That's right. So make sure that you're listening all the way until the end. And I usually encourage my students to watch the lesson twice so you can familiarize yourself with the phrases and terms that I use. Also, remember, closed caption is available. So if you need subtitles, you can hit that button and that will be there for you. So let's get started with today's lesson. And by the way, I am feeling much better. Thank you so much for all of the well wishes and prayers that I have received in the comment section about getting better. I, as you can tell, am feeling much better. So sickness is when our bodies are not working properly. It could be your eyes. It could be your breathing. It could be a limb such as your arm or a finger. It could be something internally. And it's usually when our bodies are affected, whether it be physically, mentally, or spiritually. We're considered to be ill during that particular time. And sometimes you will cough like I have been doing. You may have a headache. You may feel queasy in your stomach. You may have certain aches or pain. And I've come to find out is that sickness is just a part of life. You will be afflicted at one time or another. And so today we're going to look at phrasal verbs to help you to communicate when you may have sickness in your body or someone else has sickness in their body. So our first phrasal verb is break out. Break out. So a person can break out with a rash. And of course, we know a rash is when your skin turns a different color, or you may break out in hives. You may have touched some poison ivy and now you're itching. And so you have broke out with a rash. And sometimes babies get rashes. Okay. They have what they call diaper rash around the thighs of their legs. Sometimes the diaper may cause some type of aggravation to the skin and they break out with a rash. Or there is urine in the pamper or the diaper and it has been on them for too long and they break out in a rash. Or sometimes people drink or eat certain things that they are allergic to and they break out in a rash. Put on weight. Okay, some people don't like to talk about it, but some sicknesses cause you to gain weight. Okay, some people may have blood pressure issues or things that have to do with their salt intake, and it causes them to gain weight. Okay, some people get overweight and it affects their health, and so they are not able to move around or they're not as mobile as they normally would be because they are heavier. Okay, I'm pretty tall and slim, and I have been slim pretty much all of my, you see that, all of my life. And it has been difficult for me to put on weight. Okay. But some people, when they get sick, they actually gain weight. Okay. So everyone's body is different. Pass out. So when a person passes out, they faint. They just So, I mean, passing out is not funny because it's when your brain loses or is not getting enough oxygen. And so you black out. Um, I have been on a roller coaster and I got sick. And one of the symptoms was I passed out or I blacked out. And I had a friend tell me when you ride roller coasters, you have to make sure that you breathe properly. And I would always hold my breath when we went down the hill. You go up the hill and then you hold your breath going down the hill. And I'll never forget one time I just blacked out or I passed out, but then I woke up real quickly. But some people, because of their sugar levels, they may pass out. Some people, because of a head injury, they may pass out. Some people play sports and their heart may not be working properly and they pass out. There was an athlete about a month ago that passed out on the field. Actually, they say his heart stopped or he died. And so when a person is sick, sometimes they pass out. Going around, going around. So when a virus is contagious, excuse me, we would say, make sure you wear a mask because there is a virus going around. Or when you touch the door handle, make sure you wash your hands because there is a sickness going around. So some people may consider the flu, and it is contagious. And so you may say, look, don't sneeze around me. The flu bug is going around. So it's just a way to communicate that something contagious is jumping from person to person. Sometimes you can get a bug, as we say, in your stomach, and it causes people to vomit or get sick. And so, again, we would say something is going around. Everyone in the class was out for 2 days. Okay. Another phrasal verb to describe sickness is to patch up. So, for instance, let's just say you cut yourself. Okay. You were playing with the pencil and you poked yourself. Well, I may say you need to get that patched up. Or you may say, I need to go to the doctor to get this patched up. My son cut his finger one time and I had to meet him at the hospital so he could get it patched up. Okay. He had to get that wound taken care of so it would not get infected. All right. You may get sand in your eye and you may have to get a patch over your eye. So it's really no way to patch up your eye, but you can get a patch over your eye. So to patch up simply means to repair an injury, specifically a gouge or a scratch or a cut. Patch that up. All right, here's our first pop quiz question for today. All right, calm down. I know everyone's excited. So fill in the blank. How would you complete this with the proper phrasal verb that we have talked about in the first section? Be sure to cover your mouth when you yawn. There is a virus blank. Be sure to cover your mouth when you yawn. There is a virus blank. Let's see if you are paying attention and place that in the comment section below. Let's go on to our next section. Fight off or shake off. So if a person was sick for a number of days and someone would say to them, how are you doing? You would respond, or they would respond, I'm trying to fight off this cold. So for the last few episodes during some of my lessons, many of you know that my throat was dry due to the pollen in the air. I was trying to shake off or fight off that cough or that dryness in my throat. I was still teaching the lessons. I was still having the live streams, but I was trying to fight it off. I was trying to shake it off. So that's how you describe a person that is battling a particular illness or sickness. So you may see someone that has been bound to a bed for several weeks and they are getting around on a cane and they're telling you, I'm fighting it off, because you see them getting back to their normal routine. One of my neighbors, good neighbor that I have, his wife passed last year, and then he got sick in his body for probably about 3 months. And he was in the hospital. He was in the nursing home till finally, after about 4, almost 5 months, he was able to come back home. And he was constantly trying to fight off that sickness. And he couldn't walk for a while. And sometimes he would call me. He would call me 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning because he slipped and fell. And I would have to go to his house next door and help him get up. And I would say, man, it won't be long. And he was just steady fighting off. He couldn't drive. And so over several weeks, he began to fight off the sickness, and things were getting better. He was getting his strength back, and now he's walking on his own. He's driving his vehicle. He's back to normal. And it's just so great to see that he fought through what he was going through in his body. So let's give him a hand. That's just wonderful. Isn't it awesome to see people persevere and to see people overcome when they get to going through different things in their body? I think that is so wonderful. Let's go to our next phrasal verb, get over. Okay. You're getting over something. You can get over a cold, get over the flu. Okay. Get over. Excuse me. I'm trying to get over this cough. Okay. It's much better, but I'm getting over it. It's getting weaker. So I'm going to take this cough drop now to help me get over this dryness in my throat. All right. Come down with. Come down with. Okay, so a person can come down with a sickness. Okay, so that's when their health changes. And so they are coming down with an ailment. All right. So someone can come down with a fever. Okay, it seems that she was coming down with a real bad stomach ache, or she was having or coming down with real bad cramps. Okay, come down with. Swell up. Okay, sometimes people's necks swell up when they have a real bad cough, or sometimes if you get hit in the face, your cheek may swell up. Okay. Have you ever closed your hand and got a finger caught in the door? Surely your fingers began to swell up. They began to enlarge. And I'm telling you, that is no good feeling when you're feeling all that pressure from something that's swelling, whether it be your ankles, your feet. Wow. Sometimes when things swell up on your body, it changes color. Okay. It may turn purple or red. I don't like it. No, I don't like when things swell up. Throw up. I don't like to throw up. When a person vomits, slang term for vomit is Earl, because of the sound. You hear people go, Earl. And so, oh man. So people, it's not fun. Well, it is funny, but usually when people throw up, you laugh and make fun of them afterwards. But while it's happening, you take it serious because you don't want the person to choke. Okay, so sometimes you see a person throw up and you're like, ow. But then afterwards you laugh about it. Okay, I'm pretty sure some of you have been seeing me gouging and coughing and throwing up mucus and you've been laughing, but you've been so patient with me and I appreciate it. Okay. To block up. Sometimes your arteries can be blocked up with cholesterol. Okay. Blocked up. So blood can be blocked up in the veins. Okay. And it's not circulating properly in the body. Okay. So blocked up. Backed up. Now, backed up is when a person is constipated. Oh, and that's not fun because you just sit on the toilet for a long time and nothing happens. And so being backed up means a person really needs to drink some water. Okay. So shout out to everyone that's regular. You know, I did a video on the other channel where I talked about me drinking spinach smoothies, and it keeps me from being backed up. Greens, roughage, fiber, apples, things of that nature will help you not to get backed up. Okay. All right. Let's go on to our next pop quiz question. You can tell I'm having too much fun today. What phrasal verb can you use to describe your health getting back to normal? What phrasal verb can you use to describe your health getting back to normal? So if you were paying attention, you should be able to get it. All right, let's go on to our last section. Our last section for today, phrasal verbs about health and sickness. Call in. So when you're not feeling well, if you work, you call in and you let them know, I'm not going to be able to come in today. I'm not feeling well. Or I can't report to my shift. I am not feeling well. I am calling in. I am giving account for my absence today. You call in. And here in this country, most companies give personal time off or what they call sick days. So you're not penalized or lose your job. And I'm pretty sure every country is different. But that's how it works here in the United States. You can call in. And hopefully, if you don't have a mean boss and you don't lie a lot, they will believe you. All right. Come down with. Okay. You can come down with an illness, come down with a sickness, come down with something. Okay. Get through or get over. Okay. You can tell I'm getting through this dryness of throat. I'm getting over this cough. And so when you get through or you get over, it says that you're progressively healing or getting better. Pass away. Now, if someone were sick or ill and they died, you would say they passed away. Okay. They are no longer with us on earth. They have passed away. They have died. And sometimes it happens. People get sick and they die, young and old. And so that's why it's so important to treasure the moments that you have with people. Go around. Something is going around. Okay. A sickness is viral. It's in the air. It's going around. And our last one, cough up. I have been coughing up mucus. I have been coughing up phlegm. I have been coughing up saliva because of my dry throat. Cough up. Okay, something is caught in your throat. You want to cough it up. Okay. All right, here's our last pop quiz question for today. I know you're happy about it. It's another fill in the blank. My daughter's temperature is high. She may have blank a fever. My daughter's temperature is high. She may have blank a fever. Let's see if you can get this one right and all of the other questions that I have asked correctly. Make sure you leave those answers down in the comment section. Well, before we get out of here, as always, I show my appreciation to my subscribers. I want to give a subscriber shout out. I am so thankful for everyone that has decided to subscribe to the channel, and I hope the lessons have been beneficial. Here are 2 recent subscribers on the channel. Thank you so much for subscribing, and I hope to hear from you in the comments, and I hope your English improves as you continue to watch the lessons here on the channel. All right, let's look at a recent comment that one of the subscribers left. And if you want your comment featured, you gotta leave more comments. Interact with me. I love talking to the subscribers. Okay, young man said, thank you for one of the lessons. And I responded with a thumbs up and said, no problem at all. Thanks for watching and leaving a comment. I mean, just something simple like that makes my day when someone says thank you. You know, I'm pretty sure if I had a desk, many of you would bring me an apple just to say thank you to the teacher. But just leaving a thank you really makes my day, and I try to respond to all of the comments. Well, with that being said, I'm going to get out of here. Don't forget, as of now, I'm streaming every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday morning at 9:15 a.m. Make sure you continue to share the lessons with friends and loved ones that want to improve their English. And make sure that you join me on my next video. Here are some more lessons that you can watch to help you to understand and improve your English. My name is Jay, and I hope you join me on my next lesson. Have a great day.